Hello and welcome everyone to this summary video of the intro talk of MDG Space. Well, who and what exactly is MDG Space? We're a group of curious and collaborative developers and designers who love to design, develop, and deploy cool projects and applications exploring different domains of tech. We build projects which solve problems around campus and make lives on campus much easier. Or at least we try to do so. We also build projects for the worldwide open source community, fostering open source culture and indie coding culture in IITR through workshops and competitions. The code of our project is available on GitHub organization with many repositories having more than 1500 stars. A stellar indicator of how our projects contribute to the global community and is not just limited to a very small community. Anyone can contribute to these projects and we'll be happy to see you make a PR. We explore unique and cutting edge domains of tech while making sure we're also skilled in the classics. Apart from that, we organize workshops, hackathons, and mentorship programs to engage with the Janta. Moving ahead to one of the important aspects of MDG, development. Development is the process of designing, coding, and testing computer programs and applications to solve problems or provide functionality. But this sounds boring, right? Development can be seen as an approach to problem solving. It is basically experimenting and applying logic, playing games, or developing unique strategies to a problem. It is also a lot of debugging. But what does dev at MDG looks like? We grab a problem statement, think of a blueprint or the system design, and then implement that with logic, documentation, libraries, and tools. A lot of the time, it is staring at the screen trying to debug errors or fixing merge conflicts or figuring out how a feature is working. But that's where collaboration kicks in. We collectively discuss these problems and any interesting solutions we come across. We share information on newer technologies, tech stacks, and tools that we come across with each other to keep each other up to date. We ventured beyond web and app development into cutting edge domains like cybersecurity, Web3, designing operating systems, creating our own frameworks, game development, machine learning, data science, IoT, computer graphics, and deep learning, to name a few. We've experimented and tested the limits of low level languages to build our own systems. Curiosity never dies here at MDG Space. Extending to what MDG Space also means, we will talk about design. Well, what is design? Well, all of us are familiar with the basic idea of design, but in general, it is to solve a problem through communication. It is actually just a plan, a specification for creating an object, system, activity, or process. Users are central to design, and it should be practical and shouldn't focus primarily on aesthetics. The process of designing usually looks like ideating on the core concept, discussing our findings, and creating a plan of action. Then we materialize all of this into different forms of design using different tools and softwares. To name a few, we use Photoshop, Illustrator, Figma, and Blender regularly. You must have heard of these tools very often, but we don't limit ourselves to these technologies alone and are always up to try different software and tech stacks. Moving ahead to different types of design that we work with, we work with UI UX design. It is about optimum usability and ease of interaction for the user. It takes into account the requirements of the product to best deliver an interface that fits the requirements of the client. Understand that UI UX design is a great form of expression for us designers. Moving ahead, graphic design expands to designing not just posts and posters that you might see on our Instagram pages, but it also helps us bring to life physical products where we get to play with themes, elements, and contrasts. Moving next, we also work with a lot of motion design. While motion design has its own challenges, it is always fun to create something and bring it to life. Another popular domain of design that we master is 3D design. It is a very interactive form of design where we get to create animations, and uh, these animations are a great contribution to the global community itself. Moving ahead, what have we created? What are the products that you might have seen around? You must have spotted Made with Love by MDG on a lot of applications. We'll introduce you to all of them. To begin with, we've created the security app which scans The electronic IDs of students or Aadhaar cards of visitors displaying their basic information and digitally recording entry exit times. It has simplified keeping track of students and their safety for administration and made life much easier going in and outside the campus. Moving ahead, e-certificate portal. One of our most critical projects is a portal to digitally access your identity cards and medical booklets. This is also the portal to access all the certificates that you get from winning in the multiple events around campus. Next up is the election portal. It is a website built to conduct all elections on campus. Recently, it was used to fairly conduct the GenSec elections, handling almost 7,000 voters and multiple dynamic positions and candidates. We have to fend off multiple live attacks from hackers of the voting day, but the system was robust and they were not able to manipulate the results at all. In other words, the election portal was a huge success. Moving ahead, we've also built CodeFile. While CP culture is core to Roorkee, we make the experience of learning more fun. It allows progress tracking across platforms, friendly competition, and contest updates, making the lives of coding enthusiasts a tad bit easier. In other words, this is a social media platform for CP enthusiasts where you can stalk your friends and learn from them. R drive. Well, have you ever wondered how Google storage is just not enough? A free cloud storage space specifically designed to ease the content sharing activities of IITR community is what R drive is. You can get more storage than Google Drive and share assignment submissions directly with the profs, reducing the hassle of keeping track of files. Appetizer is a very own mess application that allows students to check mess menus, skip meals, get rebates, and access mess coupons. It smoothens the mess experience by bridging the gap between hostel council and the students with easy feedback. Apart from making projects tailored to the needs of IITR community, we also build products that are used by the global developers community and release them into the open source environment so that they can learn from and improve upon our code. Periscope is a fun project where we experimented with WebRTC, a technology that you might have understood as being used for video calls. We created a very own protocol to facilitate peer to peer video calls. A lot of professional development spaces are on Slack, and so to make the integration of Slack seamless on GitHub, we created Selene. It can be used to track commits and contributions to popular repositories and more. Similarly, Jarvis is a seamless integration of chatting service to Slack. You can chat with us and send your queries about MDG space, dev, and more using Jarvis, which is on our official website. Domain Forge creates dynamic subdomains for MDG members, which will also be used to host our own resumes. Quick Portal exposes ports on your local host to the world for easy testing and sharing. Castle Black is Raspberry Pi based Wi Fi door lock because we were just too lazy to open the lab with the lock and a key. We have also created a 3D game with Unity and created multiple libraries that have received a lot of stars on GitHub for its usability globally. Yes, we've built interesting projects, but what else do we do? MDG members have a stellar history of being selected for prestigious mentorship programs. I mean, all of us have heard of GSOC and Outreachy, right? We've been outperforming in inter-IITs and Textila hackathons. And if that was not enough, we regularly partake in national and international hackathons. We won a few hackathons right in this month. These MDG space members have also gone further to excel in their careers, founding top tech startups, being placed in renowned companies, and getting accepted in top academic programs. Recently, an MDG space member, who's the founder of PowerPlay, happened to be in this year's Forbes 30 Under 30. Isn't that amazing? MDG Talks is a podcast series on YouTube where many of our accomplished MDG members and alumni share their stories, experiences, and more. You can check it out if you wish to learn more about their lives in different roles and what they did to achieve their dreams. We hustle hard, but we have fun too with our game nights and movie nights, impromptu chappers, and memorable trips. We hope you'll join us in. But what do we have in store for you here at MDG? To start with, we'll be holding an AMA session soon where you can ask us any of your queries about the group, the campus, or dev in general. Next comes a fun series of workshops where we share our resources and tips on getting started with different tech tools. You learn frameworks and build quick projects that you can show off to your friends. We'll also be hosting a Linux party where we'll install Linux to your computer and explore the different things it opens for you as a developer. Because Linux is a very, very friendly system for development. We'll also install the best tech you'll need to kickstart your dev career. Isn't that nice? We'll also host a flagship mentorship program called Season of Code and Design, which will help you turn your awesome ideas into cool projects and launch them on Play Store across 2 months. Similarly, Nebula is a mentorship program for sophomores to get verified projects with us. We will soon be hosting an exciting hackathon called the Control Alt Hackathon to let you explore, develop, and deploy amazing projects while aiming for cool prizes. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you at our AMA.